Lord Frieza, I have news! They're currently in the vicinity of Sector 9035YX and should be arriving on planet Namek shortly.
Excellent. Finally, someone who'll give me results. Oh, he may run, indeed. But once the Ginyu Force brings their cutting-edge scouters, try though he might, Vegeta won't be able to hide.
Alright guys, today we're back with part 2 of the Namek Saga. As usual, if you haven't seen part 1 yet, you should watch that first. And if you haven't even seen the Saiyan Saga, then why are you here? You can't start a book in the middle, man. Pause the video, go to the playlist in the description and start there. I'd recommend starting from the full Saiyan Saga compilation because it includes an enhanced version of the Saiyan Saga part 1 video. But if you don't mind the simpler editing style that video had, I changed my style after that, then you can start there instead. Once you watch the Saiyan Saga and part 1 of the Namek Saga, then you can come back to this video and join us on this fun and educational journey. Fun and education usually don't go together, but in this case, I think they do. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe on your way back. It's like this massive button, like really huge button that says subscribe on it, so you can't possibly miss it, okay? If you say you can't find it, I'll know you're lying. I wasn't born yesterday. Anyways, as I said before, we want to cover the entirety of DBZ, so we've got a ways to go. Be sure to share this with the other collectors you know so we can all enjoy this together. Now without further ado, let's begin. So when we left off, Frieza called in the Ginyu Force. Before they arrive, Vegeta bullies Krillin and takes his Dragon Ball.
Give me the Dragon Ball. Oh.
Destroys all of his own blood vessels when he realizes that Gohan stole one of his Dragon Balls.
Krillin, do you hear that?
I feel that. Run, Gohan! Run as fast as you can! Huh, that's odd. I don't feel anything anymore. I wonder if we lost him.
I am here for it.
For what?
Dragon Ball. I need that Dragon Ball. Give it to me. The one you took. I need my wish.
Are you okay?
And proceeds to count like a child as he wets himself when he senses the Ginyu Force approaching.
No, it can't. One. Two. Three. Four, five. It is them. Hand over the Dragon Ball!
No, you don't scare me!
I'll make a deal with you! Give back the Dragon Ball and I promise I won't lay a finger on you or your friends! Things are about to turn very ugly for all of us unless we act right now!
As if we'd be dumb enough to fall for that! You want us to take your word for it? Why should we trust someone like you?
Vegeta desperately tries to convince Krillin to let him wish for immortality, and after finding out that the Namekian Dragon grants 3 wishes, Krillin reluctantly agrees. But before they could make this wish, Ginyu and his boys show up looking like actual high school bullies. Like, literally. They're even chuckling and everything. So as Vegeta told us earlier, the Ginyu Force has 5 members. First is Captain Ginyu. For him, there's the 2020 SHF Ginyu. Yes, it's just Ginyu. I literally realized this as I was working on this video. For some strange reason, they just put his name as Ginyu on the box. No Captain, no Mr. Ginyu, nothing. So they put absolutely 0 respect on this man's name.
Stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more. Put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
He didn't conquer planets and become one of the most feared beings in the universe for you to call him Ginyu, alright? It's Captain Ginyu. Get it right. The next Ginyu Force member is Jeice, the resident space Australian. His SHF figure was released in 2020, a few months after Captain Ginyu. And in 2021, we would see the Force completed. Recoome was released in April of that year, and Burter was released the following month in May. As for Guldo, he never saw a release. Well, no release worth acknowledging. Now, if you've been with us since the Saiyan saga and you looked at the playlist and stuff like I mentioned earlier, then you should already know that a massive rant is on the way.
Sir, he's about to rant again. I can already see it approaching the ship.
That's what I want for $65. If you want $65, I want that as an action figure.
What? What is he ranting about now? It's Guldo, sir. Guldo? Wait. Was he a statue too? Yes, sir. Basically a useless block of plastic. Darn it. They cut the budget again. Those cheap bastards. They'll be the end of us all. Sir, brace for impact now!
So yes, you heard that correctly. Guldo was another statue. He can literally only do 2 poses, unless you count the fact that he can rotate his head side to side or whatever. He can pose like this, and this. What a letdown. The whole point of SH Figuarts is to have detailed, articulated figures. But Guldo basically can't do anything. This is just horrible. The Irwin toy Dende from over 20 years ago has more posability than this Guldo. You'll see soon how horribly this figure affects what you can recreate. Anyways, now that that rant is out of the way, I will say there is something really cool about these Ginyu Force figures. And no, it isn't the fact that you can recreate all of their poses, because you can't. And I'm not even just talking about Guldo.
That said, I have no quality control issues complaint on Burter. It would be nice if he's a little taller so that we can replicate their standing in a straight line pose where the squad is forming a straight line. But then again, Guldo is a statue, so it wouldn't even work regardless. I would have loved that formation though, because if you've seen my collection video, you'd know I prefer my figures simply standing upright.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow.
The cool thing is that they all include Namekian Dragon Balls. Captain Ginyu includes the 4-star ball, Jeice has the 2-star, Recoome has the 3-star, and Burter has the 6-star. Now, if you can count, which Dragon Ball fans can do, it's reading they have trouble with, not counting. You know that that's only 4 Dragon Balls, not 7. So to complete the set, you'll need 3 other figures. The Kid Era Gohan figure has the 1-star ball, the First Form Frieza has the 5-star one, and the Namek Saga Bulma has the 7-star. So if you have all these figures, you can recreate the Ginyu Force ruining Vegeta's day, and Captain Ginyu flying off into the sunset. Yes, I know the sun doesn't set on Namek, but sunset just sounds more poetic, okay? Now let's get to the first fight.
Fire it up now!
The first fight with the Ginyu Force is Guldo versus Gohan and Krillin. Of course, the Kid era Gohan with the bowl cut hairstyle and Goku's old friend Krillin work for this. But as we just mentioned, Guldo can't do anything, so you can't actually recreate this fight. For those of you who prioritize collecting official figures, hopefully Bandai makes a better, more posable Guldo at some point. As for me, I'm hoping there's a third-party version soon, but that isn't 100% guaranteed. Now at the end of this fight, Vegeta interferes and separates Guldo's head from his body. 24,000 power level Vegeta is the best option for this, but it lacks the battle damage as we mentioned in part 1.
My turn, Vegeta. What do you say? Let's do this thing.
After Guldo is sent to the afterlife, Recoome steps up to the plate, and this is where the brutality truly starts. At first, Vegeta has a strong showing, almost making you think he's got this in the bag. But nah. Recoome just tanks his attacks and poses like a ballerina while doing so. Just completely disrespectful. Imagine a guy poses like this and then proceeds to just mollywop you in public. Not a good look for the Prince of All Saiyans. Now for this fight, Vegeta isn't the only one who battle damage is a problem for, obviously. After Vegeta's little dust show, Recoome's armor is completely gone, and I'd say this is probably his most memorable look. Will Bandai ever make a battle damaged Recoome? It's possible, but probably not for a while. They hardly ever make battle damaged figures for the main characters as it is, so to get a battle damaged side character like Recoome, that might be years, if ever. Recoome then proceeds to show Vegeta why there aren't many Saiyans left. I mean, he literally plucks Vegeta like an actual vegetable, okay?
Vegeta, you still with me?
After watching Vegeta get embarrassed by a 7'7" ballerina, Gohan and Krillin couldn't watch anymore. You thought I was going to show that clip again, didn't you? Well, you're right.
And I won't watch this anymore!
There are a lot of times when Gohan couldn't watch anymore, okay? Gohan and Krillin rush to Vegeta's rescue and decide to take Recoome on themselves.
He's a goner unless we get him out of there.
Right!
Recoome! Eraser gun!
It's during this encounter that we see why Toriyama named chapter 278 of the manga, Son Gohan dies? Recoome completely destroys both of them with no regard for his height advantage over Krillin, or the fact that Gohan's only like 5 years old. No one's safe from this man. In part 1, I said the Ginyu Force wrecked these guys, but it was actually just Recoome. He single-handedly annihilates Gohan and Krillin as Vegeta watches helplessly. By the way, they don't have battle damage figures either. And it's at this point that Gohan gets a kick he would remember for the rest of his life. I am convinced that it's this kick, this very kick, that makes Gohan pose like the Ginyu Force later on. He had to find some way to cope with his trauma, and I guess he found something that worked. If you call that working.
I am the unmitigated champion of justice! Great Saiyan at your service!
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now before Recoome could send these guys to the check-in station, Goku lands on Namek and dramatically exits his spaceship. This is where things take a turn for the better. At least for the main characters. Not for the Ginyu Force. For them, it's all downhill from here.
It's okay, guys. I'll be right there. It's finally time for me to put all that training at 100 times gravity to the test.
Goku makes Recoome look like a Looney Tunes character and casually walks around the battlefield. As they say, Goku was aura farming. Naturally, once Vegeta lays eyes on him, he immediately calls him a bastard.
You bastard!
Goku hasn't even been here for a full minute yet, and Vegeta's already hurling insults. Like, dude, he just got here. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but Vegeta's character development is my favorite in the whole series. He goes from this
You bastard!
to this.
You're better than me, Kakarot. You are the best.
And he transforms from this cold, heartless warrior into a man who genuinely cares about his wife and children and protects the Earth as his home. It's honestly a very touching story. But enough about that. I'm a grown man. I can't start tearing up in a video about a cartoon from the 80s. I'll tear up in private after I upload it. So back to Goku. For this look, you'll want to use the Saiyan raised on Earth. I think literally every SHF collector has this Goku. If you don't, I refuse to believe you've been collecting for more than a month. I already know someone's gonna comment saying they don't have it and have been collecting for more than a month. Don't believe them. Recoome was charging up this fancy attack, making it look like he was going to completely annihilate Goku, but as Goku said, he left himself wide open and got wrecked in one hit.
There, done? Sorry, but you did kind of leave yourself wide open there, you know?
Would have been cool if it was a punch, so we could say it's like, One Punch Man, but we can try again later. Anyways, that's it for Recoome.
Am I seeing things here? Is Recoome down? No, after one shot that was barely a tap.
After seeing their boy get bodied, Jeice and Burter decide to step in. Although I guess boy is a strong word, they do call him an idiot behind his back.
What's it going to be, you two? Leave here and go back to wherever it is you came from? Or stay and wind up like your friend here?
You believe this guy? I think Recoome had him pegged from the start. He's obviously got a few screws loose. One lucky shot, that's all it was. And he only got it because Recoome was an idiot.
You think you know somebody, man. But back to the fight. Just like Recoome, they're no match for Goku either.
We'll tell you.
Now the Jeice and Burter figures are pretty solid, but Burter literally only has 2 expressions. Trust me, I'm trying really hard not to rant again. Another issue is that Jeice has this super heavy hair that makes it really hard for him to stand. Can someone in the world please make hollow hair? Alright, that's a short rant, a very short rant. I think I'm done. I think I'm done for now. It would have been really cool if Jeice and Burter had some scared expressions too, because they definitely wet themselves when they realized how outclassed they were.
Come on, where the heck did he go? Burter, behind you!
And when I say they wet themselves, Jeice actually confirmed this when he said he had to go after seeing how Burter got murked.
Sometimes you gotta know when to go. Gosh, he's some friend, isn't he?
And speaking of Burter getting murked, it would have been really cool if they included this face sculpt for Burter too, kinda like the one Kui had. Anyways, after Jeice scurried back to Captain Ginyu, he brings the big dog himself to the battlefield, and it looks like we're about to have an epic tag team showdown. But we'll cover that in the next video. If you're enjoying this series and want to join us on this journey, be sure to subscribe, like the video, hype it, tell other collectors about it, all that stuff. Editing this type of video takes a lot of time, so your support is greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.